All right. How's it going, everybody? Welcome. I'm just pretty much starting here within about a minute of actually firing it up, so people will probably file in as I'm doing this. But I am back after a little while once again. Jesus, dealing with all the stuff with the house is quite a lot to deal with. But nonetheless, I'm able to come back here, and I don't know if I'm going to finish up the playoffs today or what's going to happen. But I do know we have had to come back from a 3-0 deficit to, of course, beat out the Knicks here. They haven't been the most closest games once we jump in, but yeah, it's definitely been something. So I've had to fight my way back here, and hopefully we can at least get out of the first round, because it'd be fairly embarrassing if we can't do that. As far as how well it works beyond that, I guess we'll find out. But nonetheless, should be interesting, especially looking over at the Western Conference when you have number 4. And, well, I guess number 4 is fine, but Minnesota somehow beating Utah in 7 games. Kind of the outlier here right now, unless, of course, I can't beat New York. So jump on in here for the games for this. All right. Should I just keep it like that? I think I'll just keep it like that. All right. So we are better. I just got to remember that we are technically better. Once again, we are still down Tim Duncan, though, which is probably why we went down 3 games in the first place, and why it's a bit of a deal here. Oh, God.
Got you covered here on 2K Sports. The deciding game of the Eastern Conference first round.
So loud in my ears.
The New York Knicks up against the Orlando Magic.
There we go. There we go. All right, here we go. It'll be kind of interesting once I move things over to like new arenas and stuff like that. I'm trying to get a good deal there. I think that works. I haven't really done any of the jerseys besides my own. That's going to be something. I've got new courts. I haven't done any of the Dornas either. That's going to be something if I have to deal with that as well. All right. I've also, just in the last couple days, gotten very used to new NBA 2K games and how they always work. But I always try to fix it so that it plays very, very similar to this. So it shouldn't be too bad. Oh, okay. I'll do that. His pre-roll ads. Oh, no, I'm not the big shot. See, that's actually a thing they did, I think, over the last, they literally just did that probably in the last month or two, where I don't know if it's all partnered and associate or whatever it is streams, or if it's just all streams in general. But now pretty much everyone gets pre-roll ads. You just don't get paid for it. Unless of course you're like partnered. So yeah, that's just a thing on pretty much all Twitch streamers. Because I went to a guy, I think yesterday, who doesn't have hardly any followers, who had pre-roll ads, and I knew he didn't do it himself. But it's nice to see you. I appreciate you being here. It's been I think this is officially the first time in like over a year. I don't think you've been here since, so it's exciting. Of course, the way I'm going, I'm going to end up losing too. Mobile browser chat may be fucky. Oh, that's all right.
You know, he's as close to a sure thing as you can possibly have.
I mean, with just how my chat tends to be, it's always fucky. Just there you go.
Tough break for the defense. He took the heat and drew the whistle.
Yep, but when you get there late, that's what happens.
All right, you're asking for it, so. Oh, there you go. There's Penny for you.
And he should thank the defense for those 2 points. Really, nobody paid him any mind.
In an alternate history where Penny Hardaway's knees haven't been turned to dust by 2002.
And up the court come the Magic on the break. Finish off the break.
That's exactly
He's able to pull that kind of move off.
Get into transition, find an easy basket.
I got some, it might look a little bit different. I don't know how much different it's going to look on stream. I think this is my first 1080p 2K14 stream. Now that I think this is the first time I've played I've done the stream for this, yeah, since I moved. Balls. I've been so busy with, like, just dealing with normal house stuff. But I like to think now I'm gonna, like, get back. Every time I stream, I swear to God, I keep saying I'm gonna, like, come back and do stuff more regularly. I swear it's gonna happen this time. Oh shit! There you go. I finally got some new, like, effects deals on the game here. Because I don't think I had that for, like, my new PC. So I was looking up all, like, the special effects stuff that kind of makes it look a little bit nicer and crisper, and I like it. Not to mention it should look a little bit nicer with it being 1080 now. Penny's gone. Sharif's still there. Oh, we gotta do something with Kwame, man. I don't know if this is a good idea for Game 7 of a pivotal playoff game, but all right, let's see. Let's see if old man Reggie can pull off some moves. He kind of had a hand in his face, but
I'd like to see him be a little more assertive when he has such good position.
And the Knicks miss again.
oh, there you go. There you go. And one! And one for Kwame. Let's go.
Great strength to finish through the hip.
That's how you do it, the bump and the bucket.
And the Knicks making a change here. And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. They look to
God damn.
after losing on Monday.
I thought overall, Kevin, it was mostly the defense.
That might be the best thing for Kwame to have happen is Tim Duncan getting hurt. Because then that means we need our big men a little bit more.
They paid for it.
Now here's Jones. They need this. Robinson kicks to Martin. Clock at 6. That's
Oh, damn it.
Honeycutt's got his first bucket.
How are you? I've been doing pretty good. That's not who I wanted to go to.
Ball around. Here's Brown. Another miss by Orlando. The Knicks shooting it from their comfort zone so far.
I've just been working.
7% from the field. Hit his foot.
That's about it. Working, dealing with
He's checked in for Jones.
just basic things on my days off. So I think this is the first weekend that I didn't really have to work 6 days in a while. And even then it was like, oh yeah, I gotta do this and this and this, and it's like, ugh.
To drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. And it's
Ooh, Reggie can still get up there.
guys, that Olay defense. Just watching him go, Clark, right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game. Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
Martin cannot hit.
There you go.
Orlando the other way.
But yeah, I'm finally kind of unpacked a lot of my stuff. I needed to be unpacked. Oh my God, I threw it right at his face.
Feeds it to Taylor. And he
Ah,
gets it
damn
down.
it.
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
Oh, that was a little late. All right, he got it.
Exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam. Seems like guarding him on the perimeter is not a priority for this defense, but it will become one if he continues to knock them down.
He passes to Phillips. Back to Taylor.
Yeah, I had to finally like unpack some boxes and get a bunch of stuff together last week when I had a bit of a housewarming party, so
Fades back.
had some stuff taken care of for that.
Good D by Miller.
I finally got all that taken care of. Now it's basically living in the house.
Even the best shooters can be bothered by his defense.
Oh.
Down with it, and it's Martin picking him up. No problem.
There you go.
And that's another
Oh, that was a
team that is putting on a
long two.
on how
Oh,
to
well.
share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything.
Oh, my God, Okada.
Side to side and working to get a good shot.
Why are you speaking like a 2017 MAGA boomer?
Changes here.
I think it's the right move, quite honestly. I mean,
Did you just like watch the Donald Trump rally and you're like, fuck yeah?
chance to regroup.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Nesterovic
How's the new place? It's pretty okay.
is subbed in.
It's not too bad.
1:22 left in the first quarter. Martin the pass to Nesterovic. Back to Martin.
I got sort of I still have some stuff like I need to do, like a lot of my framed artwork that I have. I still just haven't gotten around to no. Oh, that's all right.
Buckner grabs the board.
A lot of my like artwork and stuff that I had up in my room and all sorts of other places in my apartment, I still haven't done hardly any of. So I need to do something about that. Oh no.
Here's Pfizer.
There you go.
This one
What?
Can't get it to go. Now the Knicks take it the other way.
Yeah, no shit. It's kind of funny how right after I closed on my house, I started seeing all these reports about people who just aren't able to afford homes. And it is sad, and I knew that was a thing, but I'm kind of glad I'm in a who gives a shit type of place. Like I think some places here in the Midwest are good for, no one cares enough to try to do a lot of the crap that they're doing in bigger cities and states right now.
The Knicks making a switch here.
And yeah, it's kind of nice because it's still relatively cheap and still able to kind of do it. It's just you're living in a town that not a ton of people really care about. Ooh, that was some nice movement. There you go.
And the Magic lead by 7.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Yeah, they've been the aggressors, Clark, and getting the ball inside into that lane area has been huge for them.
Concludes the first quarter of play. Magic out in front, leading by 7. And
By the way, for the way all the mods work, that's such a good. Some of these cyber faces that were made are just so good. Like that Reggie Miller is amazing, and the Penny's really good, and I think the Pfizer's good.
Guys, they're really passing the ball well here in the first half.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been
I
making
tried.
off turnovers.
Oh God! Did he just like put a knee up for that? I want to see that again. Oh God! He did. He just
Tough call there and a tough break for the defense.
just fucking put a knee into his chest. Jesus Christ,
I
man!
have a problem with the call.
Why the fuck does Uno cost $3.99 on Steam? I don't know.
Orlando moving the ball around.
Ooh, you know what's kind of fucked that I saw is that they have Risk Global Domination free to play on Steam, but like they have weird things where you can only play so many games for free, and then you have to buy like play tokens, and you could buy the premium version for like $10 or so, maybe a little bit more, but they usually have a sale on it to where it's like $3, and you could just buy unlimited plays and then get a bunch of extra maps. I think they took them all off the store just before the summer sale, so they don't have to put it on sale. It's Uno. It should be free. I mean, if you own Tabletop Simulator, you can. It's just a slightly different version. It's just more physically involved. I like, by the way, that Uno costs $3.99, which is pretty much as I paid for 2K21. AAA basketball game for the same price as Uno.
They haven't been able to do that yet, but it's something they're certainly capable of.
Great move to the hoop, and I love the finger roll finish.
Knicks trail by 10.
Oh. Ah, damn it. It's all right. Yeah, you're okay. So you're not good at like shitty Windows games. You know, I got a hankering for snowboarding games. Recently, I was like, "Oh man, you know what I used to love? SSX." Except I don't think they have it on Steam as far as I remember. There it was. I need to have my usual miss an A+ excellent shot.
Now let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to see the teams that have the most blocks during the regular season.
Hey Panda, how's it going?
You know, they've been dominant thanks to their length and strength and concentration on blocking shots. They knocked a few balls practically out of the arena this season and hope to do the same here in the postseason.
Here are the Magic now. 10-point lead.
There we go. There we go. Long two. You won't even give me the long two? It was green.
See that too often. No defender on him.
You fuck.
The open jumper.
Console, are you playing? This is PC.
2.5 minutes gone by here in the
You couldn't do all the shit on this that you could do on just normal console.
And Orlando has possession.
I don't like Padgett having it. All right, Penny.
Now here is Hardaway. Guarded closely.
Ah, damn it. Oh. Second chance. There you go.
Hardaway has got 4.
How's it going? How's it going?
Hammering away at them inside. Forcing
Manga
that ball
about
to
wrestling.
the
It's
lane.
amazing, so it reinvigorated you. Well, that's cool.
And it's a strategy that has served them well.
I feel like I've fallen so out of it that I completely forgot that there was even a pay-per-view last week. I was like, oh, Hell in a Cell was a thing. How'd you get it on PC? Well, I bought it on Steam. I bought this game on Steam a long time ago. Like, because I've had this Steam account for like 11 or 12 years now. I forget. I think I'm coming up on the anniversary of it. But I've had a Steam account for literally like 12 years now. And yeah, I bought it when it was new. And you're still allowed to download it. Like, they'll still have it for you to download. But with a lot of the mods and stuff, I actually did just go on eBay and buy a physical copy of the game as well for a backup. Yeah, it's 2K14. 2K14 is honestly, since I've been doing it, it's one of the easiest and best like modded games. There's just so much for it in the last like 8 years. Oh, there you go. There you go. Back him down, back him down, back him down. There you go. Ah, damn it. There we go.
Yeah, that was as straightforward as it gets, guys.
The Magic shooting their second and third shots at the line right
I might have to redo like a lot of the I redid a lot of the courts, so and logos and such. So a lot of this isn't going to quite look the same next season.
Some of the NBA's other big
I still need to do the jerseys. I still haven't even done the jerseys besides my own.
The feather touch on the finger roll.
What new and exciting things have happened to you? I wish there was more new and exciting things that have happened to me. It's been mostly just kind of hanging out and like making sure I got stuff like set up. I had a housewarming party with my friends last weekend, and I had to actually unpack everything. So it's been mostly getting little bits and pieces of furniture. I think I've mentioned that before. So I got all that taken care of. Other than that, not much else. I had when I changed lights out in this room when I first moved, it was kind of nice because like the LED light, it's like, okay, yeah, this is nice and modern, but it didn't feel right. It felt way too bright. It felt way too, I don't know, what would almost be the word? Like it felt too much like work. Like there's just something about the white LEDs that like in the light above me when I'm trying to like do something like stream or game or something like that just felt too much like I was at work. So I actually went and rebought the lamp that was kind of it like my other lamp still sort of worked, but the shades and everything were torn up because my roommate used to have a cat, and the cat thought it was a scratching post, so he just tore the shit out of it. So I bought a replacement for it and put it in here. And it's very nice because it's like pretty much the same light level that my room used to be at in my apartment. So it feels comfortably enough like my like how I used to have my room for like four years. So I think I'm gonna keep it like this. I can always still use the overhead light if I need to, but really, we're gonna have 3 shots that are green bounce out. I literally could not shoot it any better than I did. 3 times now. College mods, yes. I don't know how recent they are, but I mean they have everything from the teams to the rosters to like the CBS scoreboards. I know they've done at least a couple of full conversion mods. I don't know how recent they are, but they absolutely do it.
Outside Martin. Taylor up top. Left side Jones.
Is this career mode? No, this is
Side Jones.
I was gonna say it's association. It's back what NBA 2K called association, which is basically what my league is now.
Still getting warmed up
Woo!
defensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
His eyes just simply light up when he gets that close to the bucket. And you just know what he's going to do with the basketball.
So it's basically my league
Down by 15.
before they called it that.
Back to Jones. He dishes
But yeah, there's like college mods. There's a high school mod that I'm really jazzed about. That's a fairly recent one, I think, too. Just like in the last year or so, the high school mod's kind of neat.
on 1 of 3.
The bubble mods were pretty cool.
Start of the second quarter. The feed to Brown.
All right, Sharif. He's getting tired. Here, Marcus. Oh, he got it. He didn't get it.
It's rebounded by New York.
He kind of got past him.
Got 3 rebounds now in
That's all right. I'm up by 15, man.
good if it goes.
Don't let him.
He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall.
Whew.
And so we wrap up the first half.
They got a basketball anime mod.
From the American Airlines
Holy shit. What all do they have? NLSC
Brought to you
forum.
by Sprint.
While this is doing its thing, I'm going to look at NLSC and just see the level of total conversion mods that they have.
Let's look at what's happened so far. Orlando on top against New York. They're on the brink of one of the more improbable comebacks in sports history. It's Game 7 of this series, and they've battled all the way back from
2K14.
Penny Hardaway's putting on a clinic in this one against New York.
Total conversions.
Any given game, and he hasn't disappointed.
D-League mod, G-League mod, Marvel vs. DC versus Mortal Kombat versus Villains versus Horror Team, AAU.
And that's all we have for
They've
you.
got FIBA.
Now let's send it on back to Kevin.
Of course, I think I got the basketball from the FIBA one.
Second half of play.
The Sprint halftime report.
G League, high school hoops, I kind of like. I would totally use some of the high school hoops stadiums in here if it made any sense, but they just don't because they're too small.
To the inside. Here's
Marvel versus DC versus Mortal Kombat versus villains versus horror. That was in this basketball game, yes. I bet you could probably find videos of it.
Then you won't like guarding this guy because he will get after you physically.
Yeah, you got to strap it on tight. Get your mouthpiece in. If you got a headband and knee guards, whatever you wear to protect yourself, you need to get ready.
You do? Okay, yeah.
I mean, he's going to lean on you. He's going to bump you. There's no way to get around it.
setting the floor for the Knicks.
Oh.
Jones, no luck.
Okay.
Here's Hardaway.
Nope,
18
nope,
points
nope,
from
nope,
the team.
nope,
That's
nope.
The biggest lead of the game. Here's Pfizer.
Oh, my God.
It's rebounded by New York.
Is there a Space Jam mod? Actually, I believe there is a Space Jam mod. I'm like 99% sure there's one. It looks weird, but it's on here.
And foul call.
Let me see here.
He'll go to the line and shoot two. And there
Uh,
some of the top dual threats during the regular season. The point guards with the most success from three.
Midnight Ballers,
22 attempts, number 4 and 5 here.
NBA Jam 2K14, NCAA Basketball. Looks like 18, but I bet you they have rosters. PBA. Showtime mod, Slam Ball, WNBA.
The second one to drop either.
I'm pretty sure there's a Space Jam one. I just don't know if it's a total conversion mod, but I've seen it.
Abdul Rahim, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Hardaway. 14.
What kind of controller do you use? Oh God, for the longest time I used a 360 controller. Then I upgraded to an Xbox One controller.
Gives him the lead.
Now I use a third party like Switch controller that I pretty much swear by, and it can work on like Switch, PC, Xbox, all that good stuff. It is the what is it? 8-bit Do or 8-bit Do SN30 Pro Plus.
Knicks trail by 20.
And I think they just recently came out with the SN. It's like the SN30 Pro 2,
He's had some playing.
which adds a little bit more stuff to it that looks pretty nice. So 8-bit Do does some pretty good stuff.
Pulls up. High post. And that one's good.
Damn it.
Jones has got his first basket. Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Well, he sees something that he doesn't like. I'm not sure
Bum.
what it is, but
And yeah, I just have like a hardwired connection. I could turn on the Bluetooth, but
Otherwise, things can get out of hand. So
I'm not that like hard up on having open space that I can't just hardwire it. Plus, I had so many issues before when I played games online of like having my keyboard and mouse just like disconnecting on me because the batteries were dead, that I pretty much just hardwire most of my shit. It's just easier.
Timeout.
they've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about.
Can you put the
right
link? I'd have to look on Amazon. Pretty sure you can. 8-bit Do SN30 Pro Plus.
Not quite too
I'll let
late
it
for
do
this
its
play.
thing
Here
for a
is the
second while I'm doing this. Don't make a shot.
Here's Houston.
Oh God, that's fucking long.
Flush.
Showing us a
Does
little
that actually
force on
work
that play.
as intended? It looks like it.
He was going to let that chance slip away.
No, sir.
you gotta love his positioning as the shot.
Ah, God damn it. I clicked off the screen and then that happened.
Now here is Hardaway. He's got 11.
Come on. Come on.
Pfizer covered by Martin. Pfizer.
There you go.
Fantastic move and nails the
Oh, the mod website?
11 points in the game.
I think if you just go to Google, I think it's NLSC. NLSC.
3-7s is checked.
And I think if you go to the forums, that's the best one. Let's see. NLSC forum. forums. There you go. Forums.nba-live.com. And then you eventually make your way to the NBA 2K14 page, which I believe is under older NBA 2K games. And that'll give you a lot of the that'll give you a lot of the modding stuff. That'll give you a lot of everything.
As a team from the line tonight, several misses early. That free throw, no good.
You look at the second half, and you can point to missed opportunities.
And there's a lot of stuff I don't even understand on there, so I'm not really, I wouldn't really be much help when it comes to,
Making a change here.
well, I mean, there's tons of tutorials that are there.
Magic leading by 17.
I think just about every, oh shit.
Out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
I think most of the stuff there, they should have a tutorial set of videos for most of the stuff if you were going to mod the game.
Quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Phillips, Tinsley covering.
Ah, shit. I fucked up.
Up and in on the layup.
I'm terrible at that. I'm terrible at when
Orlando, they've gone
guys
46
decide
from the
to,
field since the start of the third. Right side Hardaway. Tinsley up top. Back to Hardaway.
all right, let's do this. What? Oh, no, that's not what I meant to do. Shit. You joining the sex robot movement?
Shot is off.
Is there a movement for that? I don't know if I'd want to join a movement.
Launches it.
I feel like joining pretty much any movement these days is a good way to get you on a list.
Defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, they were very lucky defensively because there was some miscommunication there. They left him wide open.
Oh,
The layup off target. Magic leading by 15.
all right, we're still leading by 15, so it's fine.
Abdur-Rahim.
No,
defended
no,
by
no.
Phillips. He kicks it to Tinsley.
There you go.
Cranes the three-pointer. Tinsley's got 6.
Now they're not showing too much respect for him defensively, are they?
To the middle. And the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
I don't know. I wonder if the sex robots over the long period would be cheaper or more expensive than continuously buying Joshi photo books.
And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
It's the cost-benefit
The
analysis.
teams that led the NBA in steals per game during the regular year. In third, the Knicks.
Kevin, time and time again, this team has proved during the regular season that they were a force to be reckoned with at the defensive end of the floor.
Yep.
Active,
Up.
always in the
Up.
stands, always applying pressure.
Here's
All right.
Wagner. Shot is off. Great D. That
Boom, let's go.
Alston kicks to Hardaway.
Oh, shit.
From outside the arc.
That's 4 shots this game that were green that should have gone down.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket.
Ah, damn it.
Good job.
Pass to Buckner. But 3. It's rebounded by
Ooh, the fact that they're still missing, though, is always nice.
The guy gets good shots and misses them. He's missed everything this quarter.
Here's
Oh, no, he couldn't hold on to it. Are you kidding me?
Here's Buckner. Guarded by Hardaway.
Oh.
Passes it to Phillips. New York moving it around.
Come on.
Here's Buckner. And out of bounds is the Magic will gain.
Hey.
Boy, they couldn't hook up there on what's really a pretty basic pass.
So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Miller outside. Lents it.
Oh, that was awkward.
Here's Abdur-Rahim. Honeycutt.
Can I get the lid off the hoop? Thankfully, they got the lid on the hoop too. But Jesus Christ!
Off his foot. And the refs whistling a kick ball.
I know BJW's old sponsors a JV company. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. Tokyo Olympics. I really haven't really paid too much attention to it, honestly. I think I I think I saw the trials, like some of the swimming trials recently, because it was in Omaha, and I think I was visiting. I was visiting my dad because it was on Father's Day, and he just happened to have that on because it was like on NBC or something. You know what's very odd over the last few weeks is I think I've actually watched more fucking, not even NASCAR racing. I've watched more SRX racing than I've watched live wrestling. I've become very enthralled with SRX. I even bought the game, and I've been having a lot of fun with the game. I'm like 3 seasons in now to the career mode. I probably could very easily do a series on it. Although it's hard enough sometimes with the stuff I already do. Oh my God! It was after the buzzer, but he got it.
It's the Magic up by 16. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next.
That's JPW has been running for 3 months, but on the next episode, July 1st, will be the last one.
And we welcome you back to our coverage of round 1 in the NBA.
Wow.
Playoffs. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach.
I wonder if not a lot of people watched it. As an English-speaking person who generally watches their content, I did not watch That's JPW. I'm wondering if it just wasn't okay. Wasn't cost-inducive to continue running that. NASCAR wrestling. Pretty much sure they made a game about that. That, what was it, NASCAR Rumble or NASCAR Unleashed? I think it was both of those.
Shot clock at 6. Backing down is Martin. New York needs to get off.
Wow.
And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession.
I'll tell you what, that's just a
Yeah, I think also the fact that it's a tight 2 hours to watch a race also helped with the idea of watching SRX. Because I was like, hey, I get 3 races. I get to see some cool names. It's kind of fun.
Make a clean steal.
Yeah, I think it would have been a tough catch for either of them.
Here's Abdul Rahim. The shot's good.
Hey.
Alston's got 3 assists in the game.
I would say Crush Hour, but Crush Hour wasn't racing. It was just battling. Crush Hour was closer to Twisted Metal than any sort of NASCAR.
Make sure you don't start launching bad shots. That's a problem. That is a terrific effort. He's giving up a lot of size, but still finds a way to score.
I don't think that affected him in the least, though, Steve. I mean, he made
Damn it.
look like he was the bigger guy.
That's all right. I'm still up by 18, so I'm not really too worried.
Switch here. Knicks trailed by 18.
Yep.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter.
Why isn't a wrestling company giving me a writer job? Because I'm an outsider?
And it's out of bounds.
Because I'm a fan?
Retain possession here.
It's one of the things that isn't really talked about much with wrestling. But like, if you're considered an outsider, no matter what size wrestling promotion it is, it's really hard to kind of get yourself in unless you're doing bitch work to start off, like putting up a ring or something.
Hardaway kicks to Alston.
I think even like AEW would be like that too for everything that they would say. The idea that like a big company would just hire an outsider. Even local companies don't really do that. Cuz like I said, you're just a fan. If you want to maybe do that, you'd have to start your own local company and then like pay the guys. And you'd probably paying extra rates cuz it's more of a mark rate.
Pass to Phillips.
Like I'd seen a video series of a guy who actually, it was kind of interesting cuz he didn't have hardly any subscribers. But it was interesting to find out that he, I think, was in the Quad Cities area. So it was like Eastern Iowa, Western Illinois, and he was looking to start his own wrestling company. And he's doing like a whole video series on like the ring and setting up for shows and all that and what the financials would be. And he's talking about how much he'd have to pay guys. And like, I know that the amount that he's paying those guys is not the amount that guys would normally go for around here. You see Nikki Cross's new gimmick? Oh yeah. I that's about most I've seen. Oh well. But yeah, because he was talking about like, oh yeah, you pay like $25 for, the opening. You pay like $30 a guy, like $30 each for the guys when they're like maybe second or third on the card. Then your mid-carder guys are like 50, and then of course your main eventers are like 100. It's like, nope. If you're a wrestler, if you've actually done the training and you're a wrestler and you know the guys, you can get them for way less. Way less. Because I had a friend of mine who was going to do that, where he was going to do his own wrestling promotion. And yeah, you'd be getting guys for literally $25. Most of these guys, at most, you'd probably have to pay 40 or 50. But then again, you're getting local guys. If you want guys from like a slightly bigger area, like if you're getting someone from like Minnesota or Kansas City, yeah, you'll probably pay more than that. You'll probably pay $100, $125. But then you just don't use them because they're expensive.
Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
Now a timeout called by
All right. Well, we're up by 21 with 4:20 left. I think I could just sim to the end of the game. I don't really need stats and milestones. That's all right. There you go. Ooh, they really started catching up, man. I mean, we still got the win, and we closed it out. But, yeah. Show them your backyard wrestling tapes. That's experience. Why not ask your friend to hire you? He sort of, what was it? He sort of... I don't know if he completely gave up on it, but I haven't heard anything about him doing it anymore because the pandemic happened, number one. Number two, he was trying to get booked away from here, and I think the idea of doing a monthly show and trying to run a small promotion was going to be counterintuitive to him trying to get booked in like other countries. And I think another roadblock was also the price of venues, as well as finding venues that'll host even around here. So those were like three things that were kind of stoppers there. So I don't even know if he would do it again. I haven't heard hardly anything. All right. So I guess we'll go game by game here. We're in the semifinals against the Heat. We got one. Oh, damn it. 1-1. 2-1. All right. We get to do this all over again. Everyone's either 2-1 or 2-2. We're the only ones having to work from behind here. Again. All right. I guess we'll just go. You ever finish your dream of being a wrestler? Probably not. At this point, probably not.
Damon Bruce here. Welcome to the NBA here on 2K Sports.
I feel like that time is probably past at this point. I'm not in the shape that I was when I was serious about doing it, and I now have other things to pay for, and yeah, it's just not conductive to. Oh no, it's the fucking it's Knicks Miami Heat logo again. Whoops. Oh well.
Welcome to 2K Sports and the NBA. It's the Miami Heat and the Orlando Magic. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting.
You have no wife, no kid. Yeah, but I have like a good job. I have like a decent job and a house to pay for. Like a lot of these dudes that work local shows, like they don't trust me. I'd seen a couple of those dudes because when my roommate used to wrestle, I'd seen the living conditions that they were in, and it's like I'm like 8 or 9 years past the point of living in those types of conditions again.
2 of them at home, so it's not out of the question.
Not by any means, Steve. I mean,
And realistically, getting in the ring's not something I maybe even want to do at this point anyway. If I were to do anything, I would try to be a local promoter like the one dude, and probably have to overpay for dudes, unless I use a couple what little connections I have to get guys to maybe work for me.
Set the pick. Finds it. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line.
You have to wrestle? No.
the second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce.
There you go.
Very, very well done.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. On defense,
I'm not a wrestler. I'm not trained to be a wrestler. I'm not going to go through the training to be a wrestler
Performed offensively that day, guys. They really had no
because it's expensive, it's time consuming, and they don't really do it around here anymore.
To come up empty. And by the end,
Like 10 years ago they did, but I don't think so anymore.
earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Flip Saunders. And Doris, what'd you find out?
He talked about
Ah.
how his team would respond with their backs to the wall.
Oh, they got Tracy McGrady and Steve Nash? Holy shit.
To our season. Fortunately, we're on our home floor and convinced we'll be on our way back to their house when this one's over. We wouldn't mind an extra game, guys.
Thanks, Doris. Here are the matches. Steve Nash making it.
That's why I'm putting a lot into my TEW series, because it's like, you know what? I can at least pretend I'm doing something kind of neat, and I can put all my creative efforts into that.
The Magic need to get a shot off here. He was all alone on that one.
What wrestlers would you book? A bunch of no-name dudes. I'll tell you that much. If I were to start my own promotion legitimately
The D-Box.
around here, I could name off some dudes that you wouldn't know at all.
Pass to Brown.
I could name off a few guys that it's like you wouldn't know them because they're literal no-name guys.
Well, fade away. Nash.
Because that's all I could afford.
Another shot. And it's off the back rim.
Are they bad?
you can see how much
I don't think they're necessarily bad. They're just completely unknown.
Hardaway. McGrady.
They might be kind of known in the area around here because they've wrestled here for a while, but
And he throws it down.
they're not known to like,
rising high to throw that one down.
you know, they're not known to like even,
wrap up that possession.
you know, even a semi-hardcore wrestling audience.
Brown kicks to McGrady.
Some of them really aren't even that generic. Some of them, I have seen some dudes in local promotions who are very generic. They're pretty good in the ring, but they really don't have anything interesting. It's weird because that's kind of what you get in local promotions is you can get interesting dudes, like interesting characters, but they don't wrestle very well. Or you get generic dudes with like short hair and then just tights and boots, but they're pretty good wrestlers.
Nash outside.
Oh,
Back to Brown. Pass to McGrady.
Lance McAllister, Bardomo the Bat. Who the hell are you talking about?
2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it.
And then, of course, it seems like the biggest issue is actually finding a place to do the show.
Good Austin making the play.
There are places here around the area, but like they're either expensive or they're not zoned to actually sell tickets for commercial purposes.
High post shot. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
The defense does not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Just seems
You're
like
just
they're
making
finding
these
a way
names
to
up.
move
I
the
imagine.
down. It's 5
I imagined as much.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to.
Yeah, you can go to like Cage Match and look up like 3X wrestling guys, and you'll see a bunch of dudes that would probably be the ones booked, but you wouldn't know who the hell they are.
So far in this game, Brown the pass to Brown. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Well, probably the right play defensively. If you can't get the block, send them to the free throw line. Don't give them an easy 2.
No easy
There you
buckets
go.
inside. Force free throws and work to keep 'em out.
3X Wrestling.
Elliott's checked.
That's the local promotion that's been running here for like,
Miami's gone.
holy crap, 15 years. They'll occasionally bring in like some name guys.
Passes to Elliott.
But yeah, they've had
The shot misses. Some solid defense from Brown.
you know,
Here's the dish to Brown.
I think my first 3X wrestling show, like the two big stars they brought in at the time, this was like 2008, was like Davey Richards and Eric Cannon. Those are the big stars. They were the ones who were brought in at the time to be the stars.
Serves him well.
And it's good.
Well, it's definitely been a shootout. But the team that can start playing some defense might have an edge.
And then like they also brought in Rollins right before he left for WWE. So it's like, hey, it's a local promotion, and we're gonna have Rollins before he. You know, that was like the big thing. It's like we're having Tyler Black here weeks before he goes off to WWE.
Defender is up tight on him like that time.
But yeah, other than that, it's just a bunch of local dudes with day jobs.
Nash gets a screen from Elliott. And the
Big stars like Blue Meanie and the Corpse of. I don't think they've brought Luger.
On that illegal screen.
I think they have legitimately brought in Blue Meanie.
Good call.
a different look for Miami. Williams
Perry Saturn was there. Oh yeah, once upon a time, Perry Saturn was there, and I think they had Billy Gunn at one point for like a couple of shows.
Here's Bender. Once again off the mark.
But yeah, that's usually a lot of those local promotions that have a bunch of no-name dudes, and then when they want to try to boost the ticket sales, it'll always be like, and former WWE superstar.
It's blocked.
Bunch of shows where it's like, oh hey, Billy Gunn is here, Carlito has shown up.
Dishes to Brown. Another miss by Orlando.
Terrific defense at the
They
rim.
take a picture. No, I was never at the shows with Perry Saturn.
What great defenders do, they get not only in your path, but in your head a little bit too.
Snow against Miller. Elliott.
I think that was what makes Wrestling Revolver such an anomaly around here, is because they actually do bring in some
All
names.
of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established.
I think mostly just because it's Sammy Callahan's promotion, so you end up getting some Impact guys.
Left in the first quarter.
So you know Callahan's here with the Christ brothers and Larry D and Ace Austin.
Off the mark there with the three-point
They
shot.
brought in Penta.
He's gone 0 of 2
Where are the women? There's not a lot of women's. It's one of those other weird things too. There's not a lot of women's wrestling at the local level.
But there is
It's there, but usually it's like one match maybe.
pass to Elliott. Tries
I just don't think they get women.
hit. Good D.
I think even some of these local ones, they don't have a lot of local women, so they have to actually pay for some of them to come in from like Colorado or Illinois,
And he lays it straight in.
and that does get expensive
Back and forth
for the sake of having like a women's match on the show.
Been too many of those to keep track of. What a contest.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock.
But yeah, I think one of the there was one that I went to in Omaha
From him, but
where like the big get was Bobby Lashley when he was Impact champion,
Rebounding's going to be the focal
and
fellas. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a physical game. And
Oh.
so far the numbers
there you go.
show that they've got the edge on the glass.
And they did have one women's match on the show, but it was like two nobodies you've never heard of, and they had to drive in from Colorado.
by 3. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this.
Just looked one up. Oh, I kind of recognize that name. I think there's another female wrestler.
The Minnesota Timberwolves
I think from kind of around the area.
next Sunday night.
I forget her name.
And we welcome you back here to the broadcast of the Eastern Conference semifinals. And a chance to catch up on.
But yeah, there's not a ton of them around here, I think.
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
And they're sharing the ball too, which I love. They're piling up the assist. We're seeing
There you go.
great offensive movement.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Orlando,
You know,
and the Magic
I'm really torn between whether or not I want to try to win the championship
Horace Grant.
and whether I'm kind of hoping I just suck
The Heat
and end up blowing the game just so I can get to the next season. We spent so long in the playoffs.
Temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it
We had
making a switch here.
3X Wrestling, I remember for a while, had, if you look up Egotistico Fantastico, who was Robert Anthony in CZW and also recently was on like AEW in the last year or two.
Boy, nice bucket.
That was one of the local guys as well.
And even though the lead's not large, they've definitely got the upper hand.
Left side, Brown. Williams kicks it over to Nash.
Ah,
Here's Brown on target.
Damn
for
it.
13 feet. Brown's got 8 points.
you won the belt twice, yeah.
Here in the second quarter with a little
Wholesome.
on.
That's not who I wanted to send it to.
It's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession. And here's Alston. He's guarded by Williams.
Just put it in. Okay, never mind.
The left iron.
Very porous.
Guess I'll go
defense
fuck
down there
myself.
by the hoop. He probably should make that one.
Yep.
Pulled by Alston. Williams passes to Divac. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. He has 6.
Beautiful feed.
You know,
on the ground to
it feels almost kind of sad that it's like if I was able to actually make like full-time money doing this, it's like, oh man, I have all these like great ideas for like little custom leagues I want to do that will probably just never pan out. Like I had the idea, I still made like the whole car set and everything for NR 2003 and doing like a like an offline series for NASCAR racing
be a skilled player to make it in this league. There's
with like a bunch of fictional and sometimes real tracks. I was like, oh, that'd be kind of cool, and no one's really doing it with 4-cylinder guys.
and he's one of those.
Magic leading by 6.
Then I think I had the idea of trying to do an XBA style thing with this game where I was like, oh, I could just edit a lot of the guys so that they're kind of crappy and I can make a bunch of like nobody guys and then use some of like the high school mod stadiums and I can do like a men's rec league, basketball league.
The Magic have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second.
Because there's an odd amount of oh my god.
By Nash. The steal.
There's an odd amount of like high school style stadiums that people have made
Williams kicks to Nash.
that look kind of neat, and I was like, oh, you could. I wish I had like an excuse to use them.
The second quarter of basketball. 6 on the shot clock.
I've also been doing a bunch of like the SRX career mode. I actually maybe prefer not to stream that just because
Is good after an ice.
I'm not great at it. I'm really not great at the game. I'm doing better, but yeah, I'm still like at a point where I can't hold my lines very well in dirt 3 seasons in.
To McGrady.
Oh.
Williams, guarded by Hardaway. Just 4 to Rogers. No good.
Wow, he really just blew an open layup, didn't he?
Number 14. A chance to
Well,
extend the
he's
lead to
tired.
double digits, but it's no good. McGrady dishes to Williams.
I think I also had an idea of doing a like a football league thing with Axis Football because I realize I'm still a patron of Axis Football, so I won't spoil anything. I don't think people really care that much, but I got to see some
New group in for the Heat.
some of the new things they're putting in the game, and I think it'll come in. I think it'll come out in the next week or so. The new features, which like gameplay wise isn't
Missing both.
a huge upgrade, as I probably feared it was going to be. Where I was like, oh, they're probably not going to do much with this, are they? Oh, my God.
Stolen by Tinsley.
But I feel like if I actually streamed on a more consistent basis, I could probably do some more of the things that I've thought about doing.
It's up a 3. No good. The Heat
But that would require me to actually stream on a consistent basis, and that's clearly not happening.
He's covered by Brown. Down low. And it's blocked.
Hey, there we go. That's what we needed. We needed a little bit of a momentum shifter.
Here's Abdul-Rahim. No good.
That didn't help.
Excellent D there from Williams. The Heat have gone only 2 of 7 from the field.
We're blowing all of this.
Get underway. Nash with the bucket. And Orlando has possession.
All right, all right, all right.
They've only given up 6 here in this quarter.
Uh,
Now Tinsley. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
there you go.
3. And the shot is good.
There is no way.
You just walk out at midnight to your dad heating up half a burger and a plate of fries. Oh, on the grill? I was to say it's one thing if it was happening on the if it was happening in the microwave.
The Heat trail by 9. Leonard. He's covered by Brown.
What, microwaving a burger and fries sounds like me? You're damn right.
Clock at 6. Pass to Elliott. Here's Leonard.
Oh my God.
The feather touch.
Can I not be awful?
Beautiful. Orlando leading by 7. Brown kicks to Austin. Backing him down. He feeds it to Tinsley.
All right, Sharif, you got this.
He's guarded by Williams. Here is Austin.
Oh, God damn it.
In transition, here comes Miami. Nash with the ball.
Had a pretty good look.
Nope,
at the
nope, nope.
basket.
You're fine, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine.
Nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
Out of
Ah.
bounds, Miami takes possession.
I don't know.
The Heat trail by 7.
Is he grilling the fries too? I guess I should ask that as well.
1:30 left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Leonard. The offensive.
But now that you mention it, a burger and some fries sound really good right now. I don't think I ate like a proper dinner. I think I had some noodles earlier, but yeah. I'm trying not to eat. 'Cause it's like there's no reason for me to. Oh, how do you miss that pass?
Way too loose on that inbounds pass.
The Heat making a switch here.
I think I've only had 2 meals today. I don't even think I technically had dinner. I had like lunch like 5 hours ago, and then I didn't really eat anything after that.
Him down. Back to Nash. 5 on the clock.
But I think it's probably too late at this point because it's 11 o'clock. So,
And it's Orlando with the rebound.
oh shit, that's not what I meant to do. God damn it! I'm also. Oh god.
At least as I look at it.
Snow is jacked in for Steve Nash.
You only eat 2 meals, lunch and dinner. Yeah. See, I had breakfast and lunch. Maybe I should do what my roommate used to do and do like the intermittent fasting, where you just eat everything within like a certain period. You just gorge yourself on 1 meal a day.
Separating the shot.
I feel like I couldn't physically handle that though. Like I get super hungry.
Pass to Elliott.
Like when I work, when I go to work, I'm at work by like 9 o'clock,
Deep ball.
but
Orlando's got
by like noon or 1, if I haven't eaten by that point, I'm super hungry.
drops in the layup for 2. And the
I don't even know if I could do it. And then my body would probably reject the idea of me because I do caffeine quite a bit as well. So I would need caffeine and my body would probably reject
and a tight game here as we
the caffeine without any food to go with it.
Up 3. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Round 2 of the NBA playoffs is in full swing. This is 2K Sports. Out in Dallas, the Mavericks are ahead.
So it doesn't seem like anyone on our team is really standing out, per se.
Drop another game in this series. Tremendous defensive effort out there. They're challenging every shot and sending them into the third row. Penny Hardaway
Kwame's been doing pretty good.
They've also been getting some great help from Horace Grant. And for the Heat,
You know, I also bought Mario Golf yesterday, and then I just haven't played it.
Great effort out there. Getting it done early, Vlade Divac. He's picked
Just
up
didn't get around to it.
and he's helped out with some key rebounds.
Ah,
And that'll do it for us here in the studio. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of the game.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by
There we go.
Sprint.
And we're back here at Game 5 with more action about to get underway.
oh, you know what I did recently? I played Dead by Daylight with my friends, and I had such a bad experience. Not like, I don't know, just it was one of those things where I haven't had a lot of fun playing it to begin with.
And it's Nash in at the 1.
And I feel like Thursday, I think it was Thursday when we played, was just sort of the last straw where I was just like, you know what? I'm not having fun with this game. Maybe I should just not play it anymore.
It's a contact there.
Let me just uninstall it so I have a reason not to play it.
Easy call there.
No question about that one. You could hear the
Now, obviously, with my internet speed, I could easily re-download it quickly, but then I'd have to like deal with doing that. And honestly, that the space that was used by it just got used up by Steep. So
Magic shooting here, about 46% for the game. Abdur Rahim. He's guarded by Williams. He dishes it to Hardaway. Gets it to
got
go
it.
From beyond the arc. Hardaway has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Well, you got to be so careful with him defensively because he has.
You know what probably also doesn't help is I've always had like a bad habit of not buying that much food, only buying like a few days worth of food, so that I have to always go to the store or at least eat what I have. And especially now that I don't really go out as much anymore because I kind of need to save some semblance of money.
5.
It's
To Hardaway.
ah.
Back to Alston. Inside. It's tipped. It's stolen.
It's made it so I kind of have to eat here and eat the food, but I'm bad at buying enough food.
Set. He's called for the block and a 3-point play chance here. First trip to the free throw line for him.
Just for people who just want to eat shit like a Big Mac for breakfast. It always does kind of get me when I see the people. Like, I do know that there are people, like, even in my building where I work, who are at work at, like, 4 in the morning. So, like, 10:30 a.m. would be their lunchtime. But, yeah, I'm always kind of wondering about the people who show up, like, right at 10:30 a.m. at, like, a McDonald's.
Abdur Rahim. He's guarded by Williams.
It's like,
Shots good.
it's like, are you just taking a really early lunch, or what's going on here?
McGrady kicks to Williams. Dishes to Divac. Good ball movement here by Miami.
Oh.
Feeds to McGrady. Pass to Divac.
Oh, my God. I bit way too hard.
Set up by
God damn it.
Tracy McGrady. McGrady's got his 4th assist in this one.
We're still up by 2. It's fine.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Kicks to Hardaway. Beyond
Well, they're just leaving me here.
no good. And Miami the other way now. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The Magic shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right
All
here.
right. I'll take that.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
I think another thing that's also kind of painful is I don't really have any quick, easy food right now. I think I got some noodles, but, like, it's just one of those things where it's like, I kind of wish right now I had something I could just, like, I guess I have Pop-Tarts. But, like, that doesn't feel like something I should eat right now. that could at least kind of fill me up. But at this point, I might as well just wait until tomorrow and eat. Just eat some breakfast on my way to work.
Dish now to McGrady. Brown outside. Back to McGrady. 6 on the shot clock. Divac, the pass to Nash.
Nope.
Here's Brown.
Oh my God. Well, at least you got that.
And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
Grilled Pop-Tart. I don't think I've ever had grilled Pop-Tarts, which is kind of weird because isn't that the thing that you at least do is you at least like put Pop-Tarts in the toaster?
Well, we're in the
I don't remember the last time I've ever put Pop-Tarts in the toaster. Like, I know that's kind of what you're supposed to do with them, but I just never do it.
back to Nash. Floats one up. That's good. Great play set up by T-Mac. Tracy McGrady.
It'd be nice to just get like a late snack or something, but
Here's Olsen.
ever since COVID's been a thing, everything closes like at midnight at the latest.
That Olay defense. Just watching him go, Clark, right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game. Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
I guess gas stations have stuff, but it's a gas station. I think that's the only thing that's kind of open 24 hours anymore around here. Like I said, even the Walmarts close, I think, at midnight most of the time.
Being over the back call here.
I don't know if they've changed that recently.
Get away with that.
He climbed all over him like he was on the ladder. I mean, that's an easy over-the-back call there.
And the Magic making a change here. He feeds it to Nash.
Nope.
Passes it to McGrady.
Don't let McGrady get too much stuff going on.
Shot clock at 6.
I'm so bad at defending.
Uses the glass to finish the layup.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively.
How appropriate that we can do McGrady versus Hardaway.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. They've got to get their defense in gear.
And a foul.
All right.
The shot got him on the
Well, we forced a foul out of him.
shoot 2 right here.
It's been a good one from Hardaway. Boy, he's been hot both inside and out. I don't know what the defense is going to do from here on out.
Well, guys, he's locked in, no question.
Well, you can count on him, can't you? He seems to knock down free throws consistently all game long.
See, now that I'm talking about food, now I'm just getting hungrier and hungrier. I don't like this
Finger roll.
because I'm probably not going to actually go out and get food after this. I'm going to go to bed
1 2 from beyond
like
the
I
arc.
should.
Coming out of the break. Abdur Rahim. He's guarded by Williams. Here's Abdur Rahim.
Ah, I tried.
Williams with the defensive effort.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
There we go.
Brown outside.
Nope.
For the tie.
Nope.
And it's Miami.
Ugh.
They've worked the ball
Eat
around
that or
very
drink
well.
some
I'll
water.
tell you what, they continue to find
Yeah, I could probably do that.
Well, they're just taking what the defense is giving them because the defenders are backing off and daring them to shoot.
Deflected.
You know, I think I do have like canned fruit. I could always just open up like
Offensive outlet.
a can of like sliced peaches that I have.
big time is right, Clark. Now, a lot of momentum here offensively.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Do whatever you want. You're an adult. Yeah, I know. Yumi Sakura is kind of a hot MILF, just wanted to say.
Now lead by 1.
She's not bad looking.
Miami making a change here. And so he makes both from the line.
I think like it was like a Choco Pro thing that Gato Move did. I think Balianaki made a joke about her being
And the pass to Miller.
old
Cans the
and possibly ugly.
He's definitely got that shot.
And she was kind of upset about it.
The Heat have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far.
I was like, she's not terrible. She's not bad looking for like a 45-year-old woman.
Some nice ball movement here by the Heat.
I don't know, some weed. I feel like weed would do even worse. And I don't have it anywhere around me.
Shoots it.
That was something I found out in the last week and a half too. Is so many of my friends can't really drink anymore. They've had so many body problems now because they used to drink like fish in their 20s, and now they're just unable to drink. That was something that I had where I was like, yeah, I got some vodka, I got a little whiskey, and they're like, oh yeah, didn't you hear he can't really drink anymore because he has stomach problems? I'm like, the fuck?
That's just an awful turnover.
And the Heat making a change here.
You mean drink fish? No, drink like a fish. Basically, excessively drinking. There were a lot of times where I had friends who excessively drank on a fairly regular basis. And it is caught up to them now that they're 30.
Here's Pfizer. That's good.
There you go.
9 points in the game so far.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half.
Now that they're in their 30s, it's causing stomach problems. One friend had ulcers to deal with. It's like, well, if you guys didn't try to drink your problems away for the last 10 years, you probably would be fine. You'd be like me, where you can enjoy like a whiskey Coke every once in a while.
Here's Pfizer, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Clark.
Is Iowa a drinking state? Probably, just because it's the Midwest. There's not a lot to do. I know the University of Iowa for the longest time. It's probably still a top 5 partying school, but the University of Iowa used to be the #1 partying school in the nation. Just because it's like, yeah, it's the University of Iowa. It's 2 hours away from like the next biggest like city. There's not really much to do.
Nice pass. That one was right on target.
So I'd say it's probably a drinking state.
Offline. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Magic lead by 2. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here.
All right.
The fourth quarter. Next.
Speaking of, I still have some Pepsi.
Game 5, Eastern Conference semifinals. The Chicago Bulls go up against the Toronto
That's
Raptors.
of all the guys that they could showcase for the Bulls. Tom Gugliotta. Is Iverson just carrying the Raptors right now?
And thanks for joining us once more as we get set to continue our coverage of the Eastern Conference semis. Here's McGrady. Back to Divac. Nash with the screen on Alston.
Damn.
The feed to Divac. Shoots from 12. It's rebounded by Tinsley. Orlando leading. And for Miami.
Oh, there we go.
Then it's Divac.
Perfect.
Then it's Nash. And it's McGrady in at the 2 spot.
Beautiful ball movement again.
Last 5 trips, they've all.
Why does it feel like they spent all their budget on Tracy McGrady, Steve Nash, and maybe Vlade Divac,
And for the Magic.
and now they just don't have money for the rest of the team?
Shot is off. Great defense that time from Horace Grant. And for the Heat, we've got Williams. Devon's out there with Rogers. Then it's Tracy McGrady, and it's Nash in
Oh,
the point
my
guard
God.
position. And now Nash.
Damn it.
bringing up. No one back to stop him. And the basket good.
He's definitely turned things around in this game. I mean, he
All
was
right,
more of a
all right.
player in the first half. He's jumped
Sharif, you got this. Maybe you don't.
Abdur Rahim. He's guarded by Williams.
And one.
Whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. The Heat making a switch here. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Orlando.
Boy, guys,
Now that I think about it, I haven't really done much else besides just
I mean, they've been very aggressive.
do some housework stuff. That was an issue last week. I mowed my yard last Sunday, but when I got my house, I had to buy a mower. and I didn't feel like dealing with gasoline and oil. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy an electric mower. And my mowing habits don't seem to be very conducive to having an electric mower, because I don't seem to mow quite often. I seem to neglect mowing enough that the lawn gets long, and then I can't whatever. The lawn gets long enough that it takes a little bit of horsepower to mow it. So the mower can do it, but the problem is that it really starts draining the battery. So I kind of have to mow the front yard and part of the backyard, and then I have to put the battery back on the charger, and then maybe try to get it done later or the next day. So that's what happened last week. It was like Sunday I mowed, even though we're kind of in the middle of a drought. Like it was still just long enough. We had gotten some rain, and I was like, I'm just going to mow real quick, just so it's at least taken care of. And the backyard hadn't been mowed in a while, so it was long. And I mowed, and I got a good chunk of I got the front and a good chunk of the back done, but I didn't quite get it all done. And by the time the battery was actually full to go out and finish it, it was like 10 o'clock. And I was like, well, it's a little too late now, so I'll just do it tomorrow. But then it rained. Then it rained the next day, and I'm like, all right, I'll just do it Tuesday. And then I believe it rained Tuesday as well. So I had to wait like till Wednesday to actually do it. So I eventually got it done, but yeah, I don't know how grass that was mowed 3 days apart is going to end up looking, but I think it'll be fine by the next time I mow. That's one of the things that I'm not like, I don't dislike mowing, but then I also realize like, shit, I actually have to go out there and do it. I think that's the thing. I don't dislike mowing, but then it's just another thing I have to make sure I actually do, and it's a bit of a pain. It's one of those things that, you know, being in an apartment, you don't really think about that. The good news is not being in the suburbs surrounded by retired people means that my yard doesn't have to look amazing. I can mow it, but it doesn't have to be like all nice and trimmed and edged and everything. Like the neighborhood that my mom lives in is in the suburbs. So she's surrounded by like retirees that don't have anything better to do but to tend to their lawn. So like they do the mowing, the weed eating, the edging. They even do the edging. So yeah, they do all that. And it's just one of those things where it's like, you know what? Maybe I'm kind of glad I don't live in the suburbs where I have to really think about that. And I would potentially get shamed for not having a well-cut lawn. Hell, there are some people now. They're in the slightly more ghetto area, like a mile down the road, but some of them just don't seem to cut their lawns ever. It's just like, oh man, that lawn is super long. So I like having at least that nice little balance. Come on. I'm supposed to have some family coming down or coming up from Florida in a couple of weeks. That'll be something. One of them is my aunt, who's an interior designer. Or she's a graphic designer, not interior. She's a graphic designer. So I know that she'll probably have a few things to say about my house because it's a house. But, you know, it's not like super modern looking. Like, there's definitely some things that if I had excess money, I could do something about. But not really something that I feel like I can do right now. So I'm sure it'll be one of those things where it's like, oh, this is kind of an eyesore to look at. And it'll just be like, okay, I can't really, you know. Like, yeah, the walls in my living room are going to have to remain sort of yellowish for a while because painting the walls is low on the list of things. They're painted and they're not exactly like peeling or being destroyed, so it's low on the list of things for me to do. Argument at the table time. No, this is family I get along with. It's kind of funny because on one side of my family, it really is. There's like cliques. There's bits of family that get along with each other, and then bits of family that don't get along with each other. And generally, we don't get into it like with certain parts of the family, just because it's like, we don't feel like having arguments. So, you know, we just remain in our little family cliques. It's kind of weird. Then again, maybe it's because I'm a little bit younger, but I tend to get along with most of my family. So, my mom with my aunts and uncles are a little bit different though, because they'll have plenty of things to fight with each other about. Usually politics, and that's why I try not to get into that.
By 6. 104 left in the fourth quarter.
Oh, God. Hello? Where the hell did... Oh, my God. We got bailed. We got bailed out so hard. I don't know how he managed to not make that. Yeah, I think it'll be fine when they're here. I don't know how my aunt's going to deal with it, though, because my two cousins... That was... I found out they're going to be driving up from Florida, and they're going to be visiting some places. It's going to be like a whole road trip thing. And it's like her and my two cousins. And the two cousins are like teenagers, so like I think one's 19 and the other's like 16. And it's like, oh no. Why are you doing this? You know it's not going to work out well.
He drops the first one, and that trims the lead to 6.
Are we actually going to get bailed out of this? I made a lot of mistakes. What'd you come back to? I don't know. Talking about life. Talking about how I get along with people in my family, but my aunt decided to torture herself with a road trip with my cousins. I can't imagine. I'd probably get along with my cousins, but I still couldn't imagine doing a road trip halfway across the country with two teenage boys. I just feel like that would just... I feel like you would get sick of them very quickly. What? Wasn't posted due to conflicts of the channel's moderation settings. Censoring me? I don't know. Did you? I don't think I have a lot of banned words. I think the amount of banned words I have on my channel is very, very, very small. I think I can count it on one hand. Is that one of the things you triggered? I don't even quite remember how to do it either. How do I do that? Is it content? No. Settings? Is that under moderation? I think that's what it is. Yeah, there's such a... Yeah, the amount of the amount of words that I have that I have blocked because people just kept fucking using it constantly. Yeah, especially considering she's what, 21 years old now, and even then she was still at least 19. Not only was it like untrue, but it was also completely ignoring the very it was completely ignoring the very definition of that word. Hey, New Orleans beat Minnesota. I'm not surprised. But we got 3-3 for Seattle, Phoenix. 3-2 for Toronto, Chicago. And then, whoops. There we go. Acting like it's real. I'm not really acting like it's real, but I just, you know what it was more than anything? I just got sick of hearing it because you guys just kept going. It's like, I'll go with a joke. I don't mind, but you just like autistic parrots just going, ah! Long after it stopped being funny. The Miami Heat with the New York Knicks logo, and then they say we're in New Orleans. Okay.
This is Kevin Harlan, 2K Sports. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams.
Kind of rude, I know.
Well, you can say a lot of good things about him, Kevin, but maybe the
all right.
is that he just makes
Can we force a game 7?
guys around him. His passing is leading.
We're already an hour and a half in. That's all right. I'll go a little over 2 hours. I don't care. I'll do a third game. Good start. I wonder if the home court thing's going to do much. By the way, this is one of the rare times that we're facing someone who's actually better than us. It's such a rare thing to deal with a team who's actually statistically better than us. And that might be why it's kind of a pain in the ass to deal with them, but we actually have that here. Oh my God. No.
That would be a very tough building to win a deciding game in.
Problematic to autistic people. I don't care.
That's as easy a 2 points as you could ask for.
You know you don't care, so I'm not going to listen to that. I'm not going to listen to that shit. Oh my God, with the passes. I don't want to take a timeout this early. That wouldn't be too good. Okay. I wanted a nice step back. Why did you not step back? God damn it.
It's Williams with the drive. And it's Nash missing.
You see the defenders get out of his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the
Kind of rude, bro. Might cancel you on Twitter.
He dishes it to Hardaway.
Oh no, whatever will I do?
They get a hand on it. Brown with it. McGrady kicks to Brown.
Oh God.
Back to McGrady. 6 to shoot. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
All right, this Tracy McGrady thing needs to stop.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure.
Man, Alston's already blown up.
The steals in the early going.
All right.
The other thing I like is defensively they're causing
Shit!
trouble, and that's allowing them to
Stop
get
bumping into people. Pfizer's already blown up.
Here's Pfizer.
All right.
2 free throws now for him. The Magic shooting their first foul shots of the night here. And the first one drops. The Magic making a switch here. He's perfect from the line this time. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And I think Doris Burke has
It's going to get to a point to where, like, everyone's going to be canceled on Twitter at some point.
Make no mistake, I consider this a must-win game for us. We need to close out this series here at home, or we'll put ourselves
I'm gonna find out there's just a bunch of clips from this stream. It's like, look what this toxic, problematic streamer said.
Doris. The Heat shooting their first free throw of the evening. And Orlando making a change here. Brown's checked in.
Comparing people to autistic parrots. How dare you?
Inside.
Oh, my God.
Stolen by Brown.
That would have been such a great
Williams kicks it
great
over the
play
net.
right there if we just connected it with Kwame. Come on.
Brown. Deflected. Taken away by Williams. In transition, here comes Miami. And there's the lay-in.
All right. Maybe now. Maybe, you know what? Let's take one now. Let's just take a breather real quick and figure this out. You know what? Let's get all the bench guys out there. You're leaving. All right. See ya.
Orlando making some changes. Bender's checked in.
Thanks for stopping by.
In for Hardaway. Back to Brown. Working on Divac.
Come on, Kwame. I know you got it in you.
Brown against Divac. It's Brown with the drive.
Already his
All right.
second
You
foul.
drew the foul.
Danger of getting into very serious foul trouble early in this game.
The Magic have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. Rogers checked in for the Heat. And Brown
All right.
drops
Good.
them both.
Good.
And here are the Heat now. They're on a 12-4 run.
Society. Potts.
Dishes it to Divac.
I'm just hoping to keep my money and all that stuff when it eventually burns to the ground,
Nash has got 6.
which will probably happen very soon, the way things are going.
Advantage of the defense, really pounding it down.
Just
And out of bounds.
grab a drink and watch it go down to the bottom.
And Miami making a change here.
Is MJ still in Golden State? I don't remember. I think he went somewhere else. I don't remember. He might have retired. I forgot if he retired or not.
7. Covered by Miller.
Oh.
The dish to Nash.
Hey, there we go. That's what we needed. We needed a nice little...
Looking for his first basket still in this one.
There we go. All right.
And Miami calls their first time.
Turn this bad boy around.
Coming to this game after losing on Saturday.
Kevin, that game defensively was an absolute nightmare. They went into that
Yeah.
game and just got blown out by a very hot team.
Well, they didn't defend those shooters like they should have. And once the fans got into it and the arena started rocking and thumping and bumping, things
You know,
got worse.
I was sitting here thinking, I was actually looking at how other dudes do offline leagues in NASCAR in NR 2003.
5 on the clock.
I know this is completely going back to like a really old point, but I just sat here and was like, I want to make it look really good, but then I actually have to do video editing, and that just sounds like a pain in the ass.
Draped all over him.
Pretty plain and simple. Got him good there.
The Heat have started out 0 of 1 from the
I think that was probably one of my least favorite things, like when I first started doing this channel, where it's like, I'm going to do a 2-hour playthrough, and then I cut it up into 15-minute segments for YouTube. I mean, we're long past the point of actually having to do the 15-minute segments for YouTube,
slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth.
but I remember there was a point I was doing that. I wonder if people still do that. I wonder if there are, like, I know there are other things that you can do. Like, I've seen people do like races in racing games, or in sports games they might focus on a single game or a single race or something. And like that kind of makes sense, but even then sometimes it doesn't really adhere to the 15-minute thing.
Pass to Rogers.
I can't imagine someone in 2021 actually does that, where
He's covered by Brown.
they do like playthroughs, but then they cut it up into like bite-sized chunks. I don't feel like people do that anymore. You know who I think probably does it? I'm gonna look.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Oh God. Okay. This is not gonna help because I have to. I keep finding a bunch of the bullshit videos instead of just. Oh yeah. Well, this still gets cut up into like hour-long chunks, so not like 15 minutes, but yeah. There we go.
And Orlando making a change here.
I remember when that used to be the thing.
The Magic trail by 8.
Does that make me old? Does that make me old to remember back when YouTube used to have like 10 to 15 minute time limits on stuff? Because there's still stuff that I find once in a while that it's like, why not just put the whole segment on? And then I look and see it when it was uploaded, and I'm like, oh, that's why. Because this was uploaded from back when you had to keep it within 10 minutes in length. 2K14 Living to Dream. Oh, is that the career mode on this? You know what's kind of funny doing? As I'm finding out is like, because once you actually get into the league in my career mode for 2K21, it's pretty much impossible to like get fired or get sent down. I almost miss the time when you used to be able to do that. Like if you performed poorly enough, you got sent down to the G League. But they don't really do that anymore. So you could just, I seen that as a way that someone has grinded VC, is they just made like a really shitty player. And then they would just, I don't think you get VC if you foul out, but they'll just do really awful and just get sat as much as they could, and then just try to have like the least amount of minutes that the game will give you. But you still don't really get fired. You don't get like released. You don't get sent down anywhere. You still get your game pay for all the games. Okay. Okay. Hey, we need to actually make these. That'd be nice. Thank you. I'm not too worried. We're still in the first quarter. We still got 3 quarters after this, so I'm not overly concerned. We have the tendency to go on like long streaks. I also have the tendency to be really bad whenever someone's driving into the lane. There you go. We can come back easily.
They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, I think that could really set things up well the rest of the game. Pound the ball inside and let your perimeter players play off your bigs.
Oh, I thought for a second that was going in. Losing brain cells? Why? This gameplay and commentary, or just tired? I know I feel like I'm losing brain cells because I'm tired and I'm playing badly. And I'm talking about horseshit. All right, with the Raptors Bulls game.
And thanks for tuning in as we get back to the action of our broadcast here of Game 6. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
Really good sign offensively the way they started this game out, getting a lot of hoops from close range.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to get baskets inside. I know you were a three-point shooter, Steve, and a really good one, but it's always
God damn it.
scoring the paint.
We've got Brown. Tracy McGrady is out there with Nash. Then it's Williams. And it's Njai in at the center, locking down the middle.
There you go. There you go.
He starts the second with.
How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a...
And I'm just getting tired. This isn't good. I play poorly when I'm tired, as is noted by the gameplay right now. That's not good.
Here's Njai, and good work on the board.
Njai?
Second chance points.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if
What?
it costs them some foul trouble, I mean, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical. Pass. I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
It is Njai. That was it looked like NDA or something.
Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in.
I'm amazed that net last name was in the commentary.
Back to McGrady.
That last name was in the commentary.
Good ball movement here by Miami. Shot clock at 6. And here's Brown.
Nope.
Outside.
If he made that, I was going to cry. Because I knew we were going to lose this game.
Abdur Rahim, the
At least here I kind of have an opportunity.
Run by staying out there as he picks up his third.
Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Here's Abdul Rahim. It's good.
Hey.
Calls the play. He'll get one free throw.
And the field goal
Yeah, I wish I had more exciting things that were happening to me.
coming around.
It's a lot of like, oh, I had a party with my friends and we drank and played video games and that was about it. And then I went to work Monday through Friday and most Saturdays. And then I mowed my lawn. It's,
To hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
They grab their own miss.
Jesus Christ.
It's going to be on Tracy McGrady.
That's probably one of the things I like about not having a big or nice house.
He took the heat and drew the whistle.
Yep, but when you get there,
Is it's like, yeah, you know what? I spend a lot of time in it, so at least I'm not spending too much on it.
He's covered by
But yeah,
Alston kicks to Miller.
that might be the best thing about having a house is the fact that I can spend time in it. Except I spend too much time, and a lot of my apartment habits are still there, where it's like
And he'll shoot two.
I have blinds, but I don't really use them hardly. I still just use a lot of
The Magic shoot attempts at the foul.
artificial light.
The Magic making a switch here. Bender's checked in, and so he hits both.
Well, you can count on him, can't you? He seems to knock
I think my whole day today was just me kind of sitting in my office. I haven't had that in a while. I think that's probably one of the things I kind of missed
Here's Leonard.
that I haven't been able to do until like today
The tip in.
was just like
Brown's
not do anything and then just sit in my office and play video games.
all day long. Plenty of seconds right there.
Just grinding away on
Finishing when the defense
2K21 and SRX.
lots of room. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
And then just eating,
7 point
probably eating terrible for me food.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up.
It was kind of nice just having a low key. I was supposed to help people move this weekend. I was supposed to help one person in my family move Friday night right after work. And then as it turns out, they were done the previous night. Like I still called and I was like, hey, do you need me? They're like, oh, we're done. We were done last night. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that because I figured it was going to be today.
That foul is really
That was another, like, did he just knee him in the face? These guys are fucking violent. These guys are just violently throwing knees like they're.
he's got to sit and may have to be on the off
What
the
the
floor
shit?
for a long time, and they'll miss everything he
What
brings
is with
to
these
the-
guys just throwing knees like they're in MMA?
He's smart, he's tough. I mean, they're going to miss his presence significantly.
The Heat making a switch here. Rogers is checked in. Here's Padgett, and the layup's good off the
There you
glass.
go.
He got a great read of where that miss was going. That allowed him to be the first guy to it and get
Yeah, I was supposed to help out another friend yesterday with moving.
Working down low.
And I was more than happy to help him out because he helped me out and he helped get some things
Down low.
in my house that otherwise I would have had to rent out like a truck or something.
They're making a change here.
So that was supposed to be yesterday, but I guess he's waiting a week. I'm like, you're really going to try to get moving done on the 4th of July weekend? But then again, that's when I did mine on Memorial Day weekend, so I guess it really wasn't all that bad.
And there's the slam dunk to finish it off. They'd love to get more of those, the easiest 2 points possible. And on a fierce finish.
Yeah, and that's exactly how they're going to cut into the lead, Kevin.
That's why they've got to tighten up their D. And I'd be
So
surprised
I'll have
if
to
the
do
Knicks
something
allow
next weekend, but
runs to the hoop like that.
hopefully not too much.
He passes to Elliott. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Leonard.
Ow, fuck.
Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. The Magic trail by 9.
Just slammed my fingers into my desk, just moving them.
So he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Nice work to get inside and draw the foul.
Yeah, it's obvious. The defense not
That little hesitation's a pain in my ass. I really wish you didn't do that motion.
quarter. They've made all of their
Hey, we're in the bonus still with 3 minutes left to go in the quarter. That's kind of nice. That means we need to be like draw foul city here.
That's good. Nash has got 6 here in this quarter.
And, you know, maybe not letting Steve Nash and Tracy McGrady run rough shot on us would be helpful too.
That's in there. Tinsley with the assist.
It was a slow
All
start
right.
for him.
Still a 6-point game, but you know what?
We hit the second quarter, guys.
We're doing okay. We're doing okay.
Now here's Nash. Tinsley covering. Number 51.
You know, I've been doing okay with my dishes, having to manually do my dishes. I saw something on Amazon that like seemed kind of neat, but would just be the ultimate showing of laziness if I actually bought it for my house. And that's why I'm bringing up my dishes, is because I saw this. I saw a portable dishwasher. I didn't even know they had those. I guess I should probably assume for like campers and stuff. But yeah, it's literally like a portable table, like a tabletop dishwasher that you can like put on your counter. And you can either like hook a hose up from your your water to it, or you could just fill the tank and you can put like dishes and stuff in there. That really got me when I saw it, because I was like, holy shit. I should have known that was a thing. But it was like $350 for just like a basic one. I'm like, you know what? I think I'll just save myself the $350. Wow. Not to mention, I had my microwave had a lot of problems with tripping the breakers, and I'm kind of out of outlets to use, and the one I would probably have to use is the one that got tripped whenever I tried to use the microwave. So it probably wouldn't work to begin with.
He's found a rhythm here in this second quarter, guys. He looks good.
Miami's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter.
But yeah, I really thought like it would be good if you had like a camper or something, but I really thought that would be just the ultimate show of laziness right there. Where it's like, well, I could get a dishwasher, but I just got a countertop one for $350.
He doesn't have the most reliable jump shot in the world. We know that.
And of course, there were people talking about it, like, yeah, we don't have one in the house, so we bought this. And it's like,
Here's Pfizer.
I know what they mean, because I nearly, when I was living in an apartment by myself, I got really, really sick of. Once I finally lived in a nicer apartment, I didn't have to really worry about it. But when I lived in one of the more budget friendly apartments by myself, it was one of those apartments that, of course, has the laundry room that's just, you know, a washer and dryer, and it's usually right in the middle of the floor. You know, it's usually like its own little separate room. But yeah, you'd have to go there, and it's, you know, quarters. You'd have to pump into it, and I really didn't like the idea of it. So I actually looked at like portable washers and dryers that you could buy, and I eventually didn't get one, thank goodness. But I deeply considered it because it really is a pain in the ass to live in a place with like a bunch of other people on your floor, and you have to worry about the washer and dryer. And then of course they have hours where you're not supposed to use it after a certain point in time. And this is back when I worked like evenings. So it was really painful to try to actually get some laundry done, knowing that because it was connected to another apartment, I couldn't use it after like 10. All right, this is just making me sad. The halftime report is. Yeah, I get it, Sprint. Are they just fully going away, by the way? Like, because I've had Sprint, but I've been told to get like a T-Mobile SIM card. I keep getting reminders to like get a T-Mobile SIM card. So I'm wondering if with the merger they're just completely removing all Sprint, everything related to Sprint, and just going straight to T-Mobile. Because I feel like with the SIM card thing, I feel like maybe Sprint isn't going to be a thing anymore. Because it looked like it was just going to be both of them, but I think it might just all merge into T-Mobile. I was also told that apparently Sprint's just no longer going to start. It's not going to like support the network, I think, by the end of the year. I'm not even sure what's going to happen with that. But I might have to. All I know is I need to get a new SIM card. I might need to find out what all's going down with that.
Brown outside. Back to McGrady. 6 to shoot.
No.
McGrady right
No.
and the rejection by Hardaway. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
Cool. They're not going to have the opportunity to make this.
And there's the shot.
Hey.
Get the shot off in time.
Oh, no, you hate to see that. Those are just the kind of errors.
Yep, you hate to see it. By the way, we're down only 3. Tie the game.
Raheem and again
Tied.
with the 3.
Good job creating just enough space to let that
75% shooting from 3. Jesus Christ.
Hardaway against McGrady. Goes up the baseline.
I knew it. I knew if we just were a little bit more patient, we'll be fine.
first 3 shots of the third quarter.
Foul call that time.
And we get this back. We'd start working our way back.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
God, I'm so tired. I'm so tired.
On 0-3 and are still looking for that.
Why? I feel like I got sleep, but I think it's just because it's my bedtime.
Down. Poked loose.
That feels like a very old man thing.
Miami will retain possession.
He had no choice but to lunge for
I
that
feel like it feels like it wasn't even that long ago, but it was just like 10 years ago. I could stay up forever.
And the shot counts.
I had to remember to go to bed at a certain time just so I could keep like a fairly regular sleep schedule. But now it's like, yeah, I'm definitely tired.
Good McGrady.
I need to go to bed.
Orlando trailing here. Fires.
There you go.
Good as the jump shot falls.
Let's go. Take the lead.
He's got 15.
They've been good on all 3 of their shots since coming out of the locker room at the break.
I told you. There was going to be a point in time where we were just going to start. We have this tendency to get on streaks.
The miss.
And here comes the streaks.
Very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they chase
Oh, God. Well,
often. This offense's first miss
no whistle there.
straight makes to start the second half.
Open shot. Williams. That's good. Great play set up by Tracy McGrady.
And what I like about him, he needs very little time to get his shot off. If he has just a
Oh, God. I'm just going to take a nap for the next 52 seconds.
he's going to let it fly.
And offensively,
Good Lord.
you find him often lurking on those corners. Always a high percentage shot among three-pointers, and especially for him.
Snow is checked in for Tracy McGrady.
Oh, God. I forgot it was my possession.
11-9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. Hardaway against Snow. From
All right.
Dark. That's good. 18 points for him.
You got to make a defensive adjustment because he's just destroying them from three-point range.
Well, even when they've closed out on him, Steve, he's knocking them down.
Shit. Nope.
Pass to Snow. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Divac kicks it over to Nash. Nice touch on the bank shot. Nash has got 14
All right.
points.
Well, he
They get a lot of points in the paint. It's weird considering their 2 best guys are guards.
To Hardaway. Alston with the ball. He's covered by Snow. Outside Hardaway. And again, it's Orlando.
We're just kicking threes in there
He's
now.
gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Agreed, Clark. 3 of the last 5 baskets on pretty open looks behind the arc.
It seems like, yeah, I wonder if Jack fell asleep.
Here's Abdul-Rahim.
He showed up for like the first 5 minutes.
The Heat trail by 3.
I feel like unfortunately he fell asleep or something.
We've gone about
It was good to have him in the chat. I think that was the first time in over a year.
gets a screen from D-Bots.
It was the first time since he
16 points for Steve Nash.
got hospitalized.
Kick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Hardaway kicks to Alston. Tipped
God
away.
damn it.
And it's out of bounds to the Magic as Orlando will retain possession. And the Magic making a change.
All right.
On defense, Miami.
You know, I don't know if I'm going to do it. If I'm going to do it right away.
Up and in on
But I also had an interesting idea for
Aggressive and assertive play they need. Closer and closer to
my
contact.
college hoops thing.
Pounded into
Because I've been with Iowa State for a while.
put pressure on that defense.
And we just kind of sort of keep winning.
and there's the call by the official.
And I had the idea in my head. Did they give him? Yeah, they did give him goaltending. But I had the idea in my head
And Orlando
of
change here.
of leaving Iowa State
11 from deep tonight.
and going to like a small team
Hardaway passes to
and trying to build them, kind of like what I did with Grambling.
Abdul-Rahim.
And I feel like I found the perfect team for it. And I forget
Point play going to the line for 1.
I forget where exactly I saw it.
This court. That lead's not
But I know they're around, and it's what was it? The University of Maine.
Man, they keep piling
And I found out that apparently Maine basketball
really been on fire from beyond.
not only is like
Their points have come.
bad even now, but they've been so historically bad. They've just never. I want to say based on the stats that I saw from Maine basketball, is that they've only had like 10 seasons or so where they actually had over 10 wins on the season, and like 8 of them came before like 1950s.
They could keep it in bounds.
The Magic making a switch here.
I think that was one thing I saw. And then if I remember right, not only have they never made the NCAA tournament, they've never made any postseason tournament.
McGrady outside.
They've never made any of like the NIT or any of that.
With the lead pass.
And I thought it was amazing to hear too. I don't think they've ever won like a conference. They've never I think they might have won a conference game, like a conference tournament game. I think that was another thing too. Is they've been so historically bad they've never won a conference tournament game.
shows us he knows how to finish with a flourish.
But they've never been to a postseason tournament.
Deep to start things here in the second half. McGrady passes to Rogers.
And I think they hold the record for like the longest
Back to McGrady.
Gold
streak.
a program has been around to not make a postseason tournament at like 83, and like the second highest has like 29 or something. I'll have to see if I can find it.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Magic making a change here.
It's gonna kill me if I can't remember. Memphis coach Penny Hardaway interviewed for the Orlando Magic head coaching job has emerged as a serious candidate. Holy shit, boys.
Efficiency is so crucial when you're trying to overcome a deficit, Steve.
Dude.
Tipped.
Oh my God, stop.
Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Here's
Dude, if Penny comes back to be a coach for the Magic,
Very good day for him.
I will be so happy.
Burying some of those.
That would be the best.
And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. The Magic
Well, this isn't ideal. Oh, a Memphis Tigers fan. Oh, I guess he's been underachieving at Memphis for their college, but honestly, I'd be jazzed. I don't know how good of a coach he is, but I'd be excited to see what happens. Maybe it turns out terribly, like they've had with other. Who was it? Like Jason Kidd? Was it Brooklyn or New Jersey? Was it Brooklyn? Wasn't Jason Kidd? Didn't he do terrible as a coach? Was it Milwaukee? I think it was when he was with Milwaukee. Hey, maybe that's what it would be. But Penny Hardaway could possibly coming back as the head coach of the Magic.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
A little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Devon's attacking. And
Ah!
be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
He got there late. But you do have to
Current phone number is the old phone
block,
number.
but that one's going to count.
The Magic making a switch here. Orlando's gotten the three ball working for them in the second half. They've hit
all right.
3 out of 3 shots from long range.
You look ready, but you also look tired. Here, are you tired? Everyone's tired.
Here's Pfizer,
There you go.
and the layup falls.
We're still in it.
14.
Excellent execution of the plan there.
Now 8 seconds.
By the way, it's always been kind of sad that Orlando's been so bad at just trying to find like a coach that'll stick.
Clock at 6.
Orlando's always been terrible at like finding a coach that they can continue to use.
Down by the Magic.
No one ever seems to work out properly.
Outside Hardaway. Here's Abdul Rahim.
Ah.
Trying to beat the buzzer.
All right, up by 3.
Finish the third quarter.
Oh.
It's still close. Both teams trading baskets.
Let me just knock into the microphone.
We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the
Anyways, in case,
and thanks for joining us once more as we get set to
apparently he wouldn't actually be a good candidate. People are being like, yeah, he's not been successful in college with Memphis. So a lot of people are questioning why they think it would be a good idea.
Williams is out there with Brown. Then it's Trick
Other than he was a good player with us. That's what someone said. It was like, what? It's like he hasn't had any success in college. What makes him think he'd be good
Kevin, what I like about him
in the
is
pros?
he tends to get hot at the most opportune times. It doesn't matter if it's coming out of a halftime.
What the hell happened there?
He just has a knack for heating up in a hurry.
Ah!
Something more than that, Steve.
Damn it.
I don't think
That Sharif pass would have been terrific.
he does as he does with his passing. Going behind his back, dropping no look down.
Oh, there you go. No.
I mean, all of that.
Hey, we could use some rebounds. We could use some rebounds.
Devon's a screen on Hardaway. Williams with the ball. Now guarded by Hardaway. McGrady kicks it over to Nash.
Come on. Come on.
On the wing, Brown. Shot clock at 5. Expanding his range.
Oh, okay, okay.
Magic leading by 4. Pfizer, he's covered by
Man, they're so tired again. What was that? What was that? Holy shit.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in.
What is it with Pfizer's consistency when it comes to shooting?
Williams feeds it to D-Box.
Why is he so like
Now Orlando
inconsistent?
ahead. And he floats in for the E.
Like there's been some very basic stuff that he hasn't been able to make before, but he's able to make that for whatever reason.
Building that lead up.
That's the key, Steve.
And now we got an 8-point lead.
If they can just avoid any lulls going forward.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear the Heat's coach going over their game plan during that break. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own.
All right, there you go.
Kevin.
We've been able to get some stuff together here. I think we're able to keep this going.
And that one falls for Nash.
Let's do this. Game 7.
So he gets them both. Magic leading by 6. It's Miller on the wing. Here's up.
There you go.
Good. And Miller gets the assist. He's got 25.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
Yeah, it's something we haven't seen much of at the other end of the floor, though.
Come on.
Kicks the D-box. He's covered by Alston.
Oh, my God. Why am I always so bad? At least their poor shooting is bailing me out.
Controlling the glass.
And rebounding is one of those non-glamorous.
Oh, no. I suck, too.
In effort and tenacity and physicality. But when you look at the scoreboard, you can see the correlation.
Shot by McGrady.
Oh, my God. McGrady's 4 for 12 now.
The Magic have gone an outstanding.
They're getting bailed out by his awful shooting.
Alston can't get it to go. The Heat trail by 8. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. McGrady's running. Brown.
Oh, I had an itch to scratch.
Good.
I had to take a hand off the controller. I didn't think they'd hit it. It's all right.
With the ball. So far in the
All right,
fourth
let's slow
quarter,
this down. Let's slow this pace down.
Pfizer. He's covered by Brown. Here's Pfizer. Got a piece.
No! Grab it.
He dishes it to Miller. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Alston. He's guarded by Williams.
No. Why did you hesitate? You had an open shot.
Hardaway's checked in for Orlando.
Why did he hesitate?
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. McGrady kicks to Brown. Back to McGrady. Brown outside.
Everyone's so tired. We should really call a timeout. I don't know why no one's calling a timeout.
5 on the shot clock. Fades.
Nope.
Shoots. Here's Brown.
Oh, my God.
The glass
All right, you know what? I'm going to call a timeout because I don't want to lose the lead because we got a bunch of tired guys. Heading out. All right.
time call here. The Magic
Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. There you go, Hoiberg. There we go. Fresh guys.
Second to get their win back.
See ya.
new group on the floor.
I'm just about done anyway, so
Leading by 4.
nothing to worry about.
Brown dishes to Brown.
There you go.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And he makes the first.
Boy, still waiting for their first miss from the foul line this half.
100% since
Boom.
halftime. Is that
Boom.
right? I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon if that keeps up.
Now here is McGrady.
Come on.
Defense is right there.
Come on. Oh,
Brown outside. Shot clock at 6.
all right. We're doing okay.
Of contact there.
We're doing less okay, but that's whatever. You know what I should have done like an hour and a half ago? I should have like
One falls for him.
taken a few minutes and actually ran the next cycle in the dryer. Just did the dryer again.
So he hits both of them.
Now it's not going to be done until after 1 a.m. So I'm probably just going to have to leave it,
6 shots to fall so
which is
far.
fine because I got I got plenty of clothes for tomorrow. That's just like excess clothes. So
He feeds it to Brown. He passes
pretty sure I put my work shirt in the first load, so it should be done.
the shot. Once again, the mark
Fuck.
for Orlando. The Heat trail by 4. Brown sets a screen for McGrady.
Nope, get there. Stay with him. Hoiberg's not a defender. This isn't good.
The dish
And Kwame's not much of anything.
plays it up and banks it in.
I've really appreciated their activity in the post today. I mean, their movement down low has been great.
Yep, ball movement, player movement. They're generating a lot of easy opportunities for themselves down there.
On the wing, Brown.
There you go. Shit.
By Williams.
Now you can see why the defense is willing to let him take that shot. That's really not his range.
It's Nash with the drive.
Oh my God.
Stripped away.
He got so bowled over.
His break. Passes it to Brown. Nash.
Oh my God. He didn't even get the full. Oh my God. He didn't even get the full motion. That was Steve Nash. blocking Kwame Brown.
Heat shooting.
That was Steve Nash with the block.
Here's Williams. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Fuck.
Makes it.
Oh, now I got something in my throat from that. I did not expect that.
He's off on the second.
Yes. All right.
Magic shooting 44% in the fourth. The offense with some ups and downs. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. And it's out of bounds.
What do you get out of?
That certainly could be costly.
Get out of bounds. There you go. Get the starters in.
Orlando making some changes.
We don't want to lose this. Oh, they're not in a good position right now.
They're trailing by 1. 149.
Okay. How many timeouts do we have? We got 2. Mayberry's not much of a defender either.
To play in the final quarter. Nash gets a screen from Brown. Nash drives in.
There you go. There you go.
Number 14, defended by Nash. Outside Hardaway.
Oh, got it!
The dunk and the foul of power.
And 1. Holy shit.
More at the line. It's on Vlade Divac. That
What a move by Penny, man. That's what I needed. That is what I needed.
At the line, whether it's with a
4 more
big lead
points.
in the fourth quarter
4
or
points.
hanging in the balance like it is now.
That's at least a 2-possession lead.
that doesn't go either.
And Nash missed.
Almost surprised that he had that much room to work with.
Number 14.
And he's open.
No good
Ah.
outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down.
Why is Pfizer
Here's Nash.
guarding him?
Left side, Williams.
He's so slow compared to Nash.
Guarded by Hardaway. 6 on the shot clock. And Nash, here we go. No good.
That should do it.
Go the other way.
That should be enough.
Commits the intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5.
All right.
Second one is good. And he both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
He adds to their lead with a couple of solid free throws.
Williams looking to get back on track here.
Oh,
And now they
McGrady's trying to pull that 13 points in 50 or in like 55 seconds deal or 35 seconds or whatever it was.
first free throw.
I will not be the San Antonio Spurs in this.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 6-point ball game. Now a timeout called by Miami. They're losing by 6. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
All right.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Brown. Can't get it.
No.
to go.
That's over.
Tipped
It's not over.
by McGrady.
Not much time to work with. They need a basket
All
here.
right. Still 4-point cushion, so we're okay.
To stop the clock.
And Penny's got the ball.
Intentional foul there stops the clock.
But you do what you have to do to extend this game and try to get the ball back.
In this situation, clock management
All right.
crucial.
And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
And that's exactly how you close the game.
All
Those
right.
free throws will
You should be
very
good.
sure.
Connects from down.
He really doesn't want to end this.
7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now they decide
God
to-
damn, man.
Good on the first, and that
Just don't fuck me on these.
And he hits both free throws.
There you go.
So now it's a 5-point game. Nash with it. 3-pointer. The shot misses. And so
Game 7.
this one. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think
Whew.
it came down to will more than skill.
It got sketch. It got a little sketch.
Thanks for watching our coverage.
God damn.
For Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, Doris Burke, and the rest of
You know what I wish? I really wish they had the. I wish this game had the
player of the game.
the jumping in. Like they have the hoop cast, but they don't have hoop cast like they do now, where you can jump into the game at the end. I wish they had that. Make games go a little bit faster. But hey, we barely hung on and survived. And so now we go to game 7, which here, let's go to play game and see what happens with the rest of them. All right. Association saves, but I'm going to do it again myself. So we got game 7, Toronto, Chicago, game 7, Orlando, Miami. Phoenix and New Orleans are already going to the Western Conference Finals, so there you go. Well, I am exhausted. I'm very tired. It is time for bed. I've somehow saved myself from 2. Well, I guess I haven't quite saved myself from 2 deficits yet. We still have game 7 to do. But you know what? I'll probably do a lot better when I'm a bit fresher and not when I'm about ready to keel over and sleep. But we will have game 7 against Miami to see if we make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, to which I will probably end up down 3-0 against Toronto or Chicago regardless. So I look forward to once again having to dig myself out of a hole in the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm just going to have to do that each round, aren't I? But nonetheless, thank you guys for coming out. I greatly appreciate it. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate you watching as well. And I will see you guys next time.